Now I have Chen. He's the father of Israeli-American hostage Chen, who was taken hostage during the October 7th attack and one of the 7 American hostages. Ruby, thank you so much for joining me this morning. Really appreciate your time.
Thank you for having me on day 464 of the last time that I spoke to my son.
How are you holding up all this time later? I know you've lost your son, but I mean, almost a year and a half later, how are you feeling? How are you doing?
It's difficult. I like to say that we've been beamed up to an alternative universe where time and actions look different. We have been advocating ever since for the return of my son, as well as the other 97 hostages. My son is one of the 7 U.S. hostages, and as such, we have been given access and have had constant communication with the White House and State Department. But unfortunately, I would give them an A on effort, but they do not get a passing grade when it comes to the end result because my son has not come back yet.
I'm so very sorry for your loss, sir. I understand that you just recently met with Steve Witkoff, who's the Middle East Special Envoy for President Trump. What was discussed, and did you walk away from that meeting hopeful?
Yeah, so I decided that what I needed to do is actually to get on a plane and fly to Qatar. And I wanted to speak directly with the negotiators. So I met the Qatar officials from the Prime Minister office, from their State Department, from their National Security office, as well as meeting the U.S. negotiator, Mr. Brett McGurk, the Special President Advisor to the Middle East, and as well had conversations with Steve Witkoff. And it was more or less the same message representing what the families feel. We do not want a partial deal. We want a deal that includes all of the hostages. Just metaphorically saying, everybody needs to get on the bus. That bus, when it starts moving, everybody needs to be on it. There could be more than one stop, meaning that my son does not need to be the first one that comes out. But what the families want to know is how the last hostage comes out. What is the mechanism that is in place today that enables that last hostage to come out within 60, 80, 90 days, whatever it might not be. And that is the message that I went to Qatar and spoke to the Qatari officials, Mr. McGurk, and what I've been advocating to the Israeli officials as well.
Yeah, you want everybody to get on that same bus. Ruby, as you know, President-elect Trump has warned Hamas to free the hostages here in a week by the time he takes office, or else he says all hell is going to break loose. What do you hope that that kind of threat actually looks like, and how do you think the terror group will take to that warning?
Well, first, I applaud the president-elect for using that language. I think it has been language that has been missed for a long time. And the fact that terrorist organizations feel that they could take U.S. hostages, U.S. citizens, and just, make them disappear without any consequences from the United States is totally unacceptable. And I do believe that the president by himself quoting that statement multiple times on social, as well as the press conference just a few days ago, shows that it is a top priority for his administration. I could say that the incoming administration is working very closely with the existing administration, the Biden administration, and they are in constant contact on this. And they have been doing whatever they can, the incoming administration, to support this deal that is now being discussed. But what we expect from the president and the administration, as well as Congress, by the way, is being able to put into actions the meaning of hell to pay. If it is actions on military, economical, diplomatic, all of these levers that are in the toolbox need to be used. And if we do not get these 7 U.S. hostages out, what it means is that more U.S. citizens around the world are going to be in danger because terrorists will see that it is acceptable to take U.S. citizens and nothing happens to them. And I would like to say that if only a part of the U.S. hostages come out, 2 or 1 or whatever, that's not acceptable. When President Reagan was able to get the hostages out in 1980, he did not get just a portion. He got all of them out. And that is the expectation we have as well. All of the U.S. citizens must come out at the beginning of this deal. Why? because they're U.S. citizens.
Yeah.
Thanks for watching, everybody. Go to joinnn.com to find NewsNation on your television provider. Also, don't forget to click that red subscribe button below to get more of NewsNation's fact-driven, unbiased coverage.